This is Myriam Callot with At 45, the magazine for women 45 plus who want to own aging with spirit and joy. For those of us rediscovering who we are and exploring what we want next, and we want more health, wealth, fulfillment, and happiness. And today we're so excited to be talking to Dori Willet Szabo, international fashion designer and the owner of this gorgeous, beautiful store, Paris Vogue Apparel. Dori, how are you doing?
I am doing great. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. We're very excited to be with you today. Dori, tell us what you do as a designer.
I have 30 plus year experience, and I do couture, bespoke, pattern making, regular dressmaking, ready to wear, alteration, sketches, anything to do with fashion designs.
That's quite a lot. Yes. And Dori, how did you get started? It's so interesting.
Yes, it's. I am from Hungary, and when I was 4 years old, I cut my mother's skirt for pieces.
She was happy about this?
No, and I made clothes for my little dolls. And then when I was 17, I took the curtains down from the window.
Oh.
And then I made matching shirts for my boyfriend and for myself. Later on, I got into the Bahamas and made bikinis, only string bikinis because they didn't have any elastic. And I put them in a plastic bag and I sealed it with an iron so it looked totally brand new.
Yes, that's so creative. Dori, have you always been creative?
Yes, I suppose I always been creative. I love to do decorations and all kinds of artwork. So I think creativity is part of my life.
Yes. And what prompted you to change your product line from men to women?
When I was making men's shirts and suits, and the internet came, all the men, my customers, has decided to order online, and my business wasn't doing very well. So I decided to move into ladies wear, and also I love to do pretty things, and I had an opportunity by accident to move into ladies wear.
That's a big difference.
Yes.
And you like the fact is the colors, everything, because to work with a man is always a suit, always a shirt.
Yes.
It's the same dark, mostly colors that you're going back.
Yeah. How many ways can you design a shirt? So it's
Yes.
mostly colors and the button way of standing on the shirt. So there is not much you can do with men's except the perfect tailoring.
Yes, because you had a beautiful store for men in Caulfield, in West
Caulfield,
Vancouver.
Yes, in Caulfield, in Park Royal, the Hudson Bay downtown, and later on with my ready-to-wear ladies wear, I was in Nordstrom.
Yes, you were very popular.
I had my 15 minutes fame before, so.
Yes, and Dori, what I would say, when did you started to work with the movie and the entertainment industries? Because
Yes.
that's a huge department for you.
Yes.
It's even amazing what you accomplished
And
and still do.
I still do. I still go on sets and stand by and do alterations or quick fix-up. I started in 1989 when I opened my first store in Caulfield. And for the opening party, I invited a few big names like James B. Sickin, and Archer, and we had a beautiful opening, and they were buying my boxer shorts, my silk boxer shorts. So that's how I started, and then usually I work with the costume designers, not necessarily close to the movie stars.
Yes.
Although I had the opportunity to work with them directly.
Yes.
And that was lots of fun.
Yes, it is, and it's amazing. And could you give us some names of the movie star that you work with and special story? Because I know some
Yes.
of them. It's so amazing.
Yes, I have some special stories. I work with Anthony Hopkins, who is an absolute gentleman. Tom Arnold, who is a very funny guy.
Yes.
I work with Sharon Stone, and she had to have everything white in her fitting room, from the white lily until the white menthol, mint flavored sugar. And then I work with Halle Berry, and she is an absolute sweetheart.
And that was the Catwoman?
That was in Catwoman, and I managed to make her the Catwoman costume pants. And I mean, her figure is an absolute perfect. And Sharon Stone was also in the Catwoman movie. Gene Hackman. Who else? Oh.
And you work as well with Tom Cruise.
Yes, with Tom Cruise.
Mission Impossible.
Yes, Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
And usually I made them shirts.
Yes.
And then for when I was working on production, like Catwoman and Connie and Carla, I was either the cutter,
yes,
or the seamstress, or
yes,
specialty product. Like Halle Berry's pants had to be cut out, the little scratch marks had to be cut out with a knife from an operation.
That took you a long time?
Yes. But I got lots of patience.
Yes. And lately you were working on a movie as well, last week or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, we finished Gone Mom with Annabelle Guiche, and we made a wedding dress for the movie and lots of alterations. I have just seen the movie, and the wedding dress got almost 10 minutes of showing, so I
yes,
was very proud. And I also worked on very many Christmas babies.
Yes.
That's just recently. Only alterations, but standing by and doing alterations in 5 minutes, that's very stressful.
Yes, it is. And a fun and very well-known movie you work on is The Greek Wedding.
Yes, with Mia Vardaros.
Yes.
And well, that was lots of fun. I mean, just Mia herself, it's very funny.
Yes.
She loves hamburgers and controlled up pantyhose.
Yes. They're making a new one right now in Greece.
Yes, I heard.
Yes. So it's a continuation. This
Yeah,
is the fun.
yeah, definitely.
And you know that. Had a good time with this
Yeah,
crew.
I always had lots of good time on movies, but also very stressful.
Yes, well, it is. You have no choice, yes. This is where it is. From the moment you start up till the end, when every time I work on a movie, it's like, yes, it costs a lot of money.
Yes.
Each minute costs a lot of money to produce. And the stress to deal with movie stars as well. They are not so easy. Halle Berry is very sweet.
Very sweet. Michael Bublé.
Yes.
I met him when he was 18 years old, and we did Red Rock Diner, where I was a costume designer, and then we did Swing.
Yes.
And I remember he was complaining that he doesn't wear an Armani in the show, and I said, "Sweetheart, very soon you will be so famous, you will be wearing nothing but Armani." And then when he got discovered, I made his white tuxedo, and he wore that white tuxedo in Las Vegas the very first time he introduced himself.
Yes. They should be very proud because you are in the, as a fashion designer, it's not too many people have who are at your level.
I lucked out. I was lucky.
Yes.
And it's just one came after the other, and suddenly my name was out, and people
Yes.
knew about me, and they asked for me.
Yes. Dori, what is the most rewarding thing about what you do that make you feel good about it?
In 1993, I went to India to create a line of leather outfits for men and for women. It was in New Delhi, and it was 200 people working in the factory.
Yes.
And the happiest people I have ever met in my life.
And we are very poor.
And they were very poor, and they were so proud to work for a designer who is white and blonde with blue eyes.
Yes.
I had a nickname, I can't remember what it is anymore, but it called Blue Eyes. And so to me it was very interesting how warmly I felt by giving work for 200 people and knowing their family is going to eat.
Yes.
For that 2 weeks.
It is, because it's very special in the life over there. It's very sad. Yeah. Yes, that's a very interesting and very beautiful memory and rewarding. Yes, as a designer.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a nice memory.
Dori, do you have a favorite book that you recommend and change your life, and why?
I am in love with Dan Brown and his books, and the latest I am reading is The Lost Symbol, and it's changed my way of thinking about religion and about history. He is a very interesting way of telling stories, what I find fascinating, because the religion he talks about is something I can relate and understand.
Yes.
And just a fantastic experience to read his books.
And how long ago would you still? Is the second book that you are
no,
reading?
this is the fifth book.
The fifth
and
book.
then the first one I read was Da Vinci Code.
Oh yes.
And that changed everything for me, made me ask questions about history and
Yes.
facts and no facts and religion and Catholics and
Yes.
the church and so on.
So do you watch the movie that we make?
Yes,
that's,
of course.
That is something. It's
Of course, and then they recently on Showcase they started a movie about this book I am reading right now, and I watch it every Monday.
Yes. No, I'm fascinated by this too. Yes. And of course the actors is amazing. Yeah.
Yes,
lead
of
actor.
course.
Yes. It's a very well done movie. Very well done. Yes. Thank you, Dori. And now, what is a piece of, I will say, learning that has stood the test of time for you?
Patience. I had to learn to be very patient. I'm still working on it. It's something I will never be able to learn completely, because by nature I am not a very patient person. I want everything done right now. But I also learned to be compassionate, to respect other people and other people's taste and culture, and to be totally honest about everything. Because if I ask the customer, do you like this dress? And she says, no, I shouldn't be upset. That's the truth.
Yes. And it doesn't fit her, but another one will be good.
That's
yes. It's like, it's nothing we can change. We're different body, different style, and we'll have different colors as well.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true. It's very complicated. Yes.
Designers think that one day they can create the most incredible outfit, but it's only in their head. Whatever the customer wants,
yes,
that's what we need to design.
Because you're an artist, and the same thing for painting and sculpture. Because when you go to an art gallery, some people are going to love something, and some people will say, no, it's not for me. Like we deal with Picasso and Monet is the opposite. So
that's right.
That's what you're dealing with the same when you're dealing with the. You're an artist to create. You're an artist in so many ways. In fields. It will be impossible in a way, and it's hard. It's true. To say I'm not going to be offended because you don't like my dress, or you don't like it can be the fabric, it can be
designing is all about creating something what the person wants, not what the designer wants. It's
Yes.
the other way around.
And for us, we always think, especially when you look at designer, we're thinking they are the one who came up with this creation because they don't listen, they don't even ask us, right?
Mhm.
We are the last one. We go to a store, like I go to your store, I say, I love evening gowns, I love red carpet, so I'm in love with what you do, you know. But some people, they will say, no, I don't care because I don't wear this, I have I don't go to an event, or I don't
Mhm.
need this because we are in a different city, you know.
Right.
And depending what you are dealing with, of course, in the lifestyle, and it's impossible to fit everybody. Anyway,
Correct.
the key is you love what you do, you have a passion for your beautiful creativity with fashion, and some people will one day, wow, like when I open the door, I say, I love this one, and somebody will open the door, I want this one too, you know. Some parts, yeah, and you just have to find the people who, when they get your dress, they will be so happy.
Yes. You design for the person,
Yes.
not for the designer.
Yes, and they will come back
Yes.
for more.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and even some people, okay, if they don't like what you are wearing or what you are showing, they can come with a design and you will make them.
Many times what happens is they already have a dress and they come to ask my opinion and we redo the dress.
Yes,
We add to it or we take off whatever the new fashion is. We try to make the dress fashionable again,
yes,
not just costume design.
exact, yes. And you offer a lot, especially now after the COVID, a lot of people who didn't go to beautiful events, so they said, oh, I still love my dress I bought 2 years ago, but I want to refresh it, I want to make something new. They can come to you.
Correct. We do the alterations and we do the styling, we give advice. We try to do it as cheap as possible because
Yes.
everybody wants that. So we do it all.
Yes. And somebody online, for example, on your website, if you take the measurement, we take everything, like more and more people are buying online too. Can you really make and design a dress that will fit this person?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I did a size 22 over the internet with
Yes.
measurements and we got the picture and then we made the dress,
Yes.
but in her size.
Yes. And it works very well.
It worked.
Yes.
It worked.
Yes. Now, Dori, I know you accomplished so much since your bikini design, move on to the men, and after to the woman, red carpet, beautiful dresses, I'm wearing one of yours today as well.
Thank
Love
you.
it too. Now, when did you realize your dream, your latest dream as a designer? Because that's why you opened this place, right?
That's right, a year ago.
Yes.
Finally, my dream come true. I wanted to have a wedding dress for my older age and making women beautiful.
Yes.
So a year ago, I opened Paris Vogue Apparel.
Yes.
I love Paris. I love fashion. So Vogue is fashion, and
Yes.
apparel is not just wedding dresses. It's other type of dresses, and that was the happiest time in my entire life.
Yes, and I am mesmerized when I look at all your beautiful wedding gowns. It's absolutely, it's like a fairy tale.
Yes, they are all samples,
Yes,
and if it doesn't fit, we make exactly the same dress in a bigger size or
Yes.
smaller size.
yes, the same thing. Yes.
Recreate it.
Yes, and you have so many different kind of fabric as well you work with.
In Vancouver, the fabrics are difficult to find, but I have my sources.
Yes, is organza still a very in demand?
Yes, organza is still very in demand, but mostly they want fabric that doesn't wrinkle because they sit in it.
Oh.
At the dinner parties, they sit and they don't want to get up and have the wrinkles across.
Yes.
So they want fabric but doesn't wrinkle.
Yes, and maybe some brides to be, they like a dress that they can be reused, so they can have I heard some people really like to use it, and after they can move on to, further down, they can use it again. So it's like two different kind of fitting, right?
Right. I have a customer who has a 30 years old wedding dress, and the top is so beautiful, and she wanted to have only a jacket made out of the top.
Yes.
So we did that.
Yeah.
So she used the wedding dress for something she can wear right now.
Yes. And in regards of wedding dress, now that everything is reopened, do you have a lot of people coming with a sketch, or what do they do?
It's just started to come,
Yes.
more and more people. I have a customer, we are making 2 identical dresses.
Two?
They are twins,
Yes.
and the wedding will be in Iran.
Yes.
It's getting better.
Yes.
People are just tired of staying home,
Yes.
and they want to get married as soon as possible.
Yes. And now, what is your goal for 2022? Because as a designer, so you open Paris Vogue Apparel, you're working on your gorgeous wedding gowns. You're certainly as well helping the mom as well, the brides of the mom. You design for them too. What is your next for 2022?
Continue to do what I do, but better.
Yes.
With more customers, and just finalize the small little details to be better.
Yes.
And I'm very detail oriented, so I have to have everything perfect and have to perfect next year.
Yes. And Dori, where can we find you? On social media?
Social
Website.
media, website, also the store is on Lonsdale, Central Lonsdale, and email, flyers, posters.
Yes.
I do it all the advertising.
You do, yes. Instagram is quite important, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have somebody who's helping me with Instagram, one of my models.
Yes, exactly. So like,
Yes.
Yeah. Before we end up, do you have a special successful story would you like to share with us?
Oh, customer service. When I had my store in Caulfield, I had a group of people coming in for a wedding.
Yes.
All the guys and the groom. And the wedding was in Victoria, but we made the tuxedos in Vancouver. And on a Friday, they came to pick up the suits, and they were not right. They were not perfect.
No.
And I was in total panic. So the wedding was next Saturday, and worked the whole night, hired a helicopter, and sent the tuxedos to Victoria. And everything was perfect.
It was.
But the stress was unbelievable. So customer service, they didn't think I can do it, and I reassured them
Yes.
that everything will be fine, and everything was fine.
The same as what you are doing in the movie industry.
Yes.
The same thing, yeah. It's very, for sure, the pressure is high when you have a deadline.
Yes, very high.
Yes, yes. And your store is in North Vancouver, easy to find, and we're very happy to be with you today.
Thank you very
And
much.
we're really, this is a gorgeous and very comfy and very luxurious store. We're surrounded with gorgeous, everything is beautiful here.
Everybody welcome for tea
Yes.
and cookies and
Yes.
just talking. You don't
Yes.
need to buy anything.
Yes.
Just come on in and spend some fun time with me.
Yes. Thank you very much for having us today for
Thank
At
you.
45. And it was a pleasure spending time with you, Dori. And
Thank
I'm
you.
looking forward to shop more for you with your. I am absolutely in love with your gorgeous design.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dori.